Hey. How's everybody's day going? I hope it's good. Taking a little break. It was really hot today over here. So it being in the Northeast, when it gets hot, is you have to take it easy. You have to take it slowly because you're so used to it being cold that um, the heat is like a shock. I love it though. I laid out in the sun yesterday almost all day. All right, so this is a sermon from Miriam on Mount Shemesh. This is her walking with her seven disciples. Those videos are a few videos back before this one. Her seven disciples, and this is pretty good. So you guys stick with it because it talks about creation. I think in like 3 or 4 paragraphs from here. All right. Sermon on Mount Shemesh, an initiation into the order of Shemesh and Shemayah. The disciples received the first 2 words of power. On a beautiful sunny morning on the Sabbath, Miriam walked in joy with her disciples. We walked on winding trails that spiraled up through green forests to the top of Mount Shemesh. It was there at top Mount Shemesh that the first meeting of the Nasarean Order called Shemesh and Shemayah were held ages ago. That order is for Nazarenes who demonstrate a high degree of progress in the first lessons of a seen mountain of peace. Progress in first lessons is estimated according to one's walk upon both the social path and the scholarly path in a seen mountain of peace, as revealed in the precepts of Zayin. Those 2 paths merge to become the one whole response of a Nazarean to the call of the 4 pillars of discipleship. That one whole response is our true walk of the heart and mind in the Essene way. Each of the 7 who walked with Miriam up the path of Mount Shemesh had pledged to walk both the scholarly and the social paths in integrity. For lo, Miriam told us at the onset of the walk, if we study every day, pronouncing correctly the words of power gained by excellent studentship, but gossip behind the back of our sister, we have successfully walked the scholarly path, but have stumbled on the social path of the Nasarean religion of the Essene way. I say unto my disciples, sisters, walk the true walk without gossip, even as your feet now tread the path of Shemesh without stumbling. Wherefore, as we 7 ascended the holy mountain with Miriam, we each contemplated our true walk as Nazareans of the Essene way. Lo, when the sun was high enough to warm the sky without burning, Miriam ended the walk in a sunny patch of green grass at the summit of Mount Shemesh. This summit provided a clear view of the valley from which we had ascended. Miriam sat beside a beautiful flower patch of diverse colors amidst the green grass. Behold, a flower of each color of the rainbow surrounded Lady Miriam, and sun reflected from her eyes. Her disciples sat in eager joy, for lo, the previous night beside the fire, Miriam announced that this Sabbath day atop Mount Shemesh, she would initiate the 7 into the order of Shemesh and Shemayah, for each disciple had thus far proven worthy in the 4 pillars of discipleship. I'm going to put this in the description box, but Shemesh means sun. It's the root, Esh being the Hebrew word for fire. And Shemayah in this context is the Nasarean word for air, but in other contexts can mean heaven, air, or space. Shemayah is pronounced shem-aw-yaw. Shem-aw-yaw. All right. So each disciple they had proven thus worthy in the 4 pillars of discipleship, enough to advance to the next level of initiation in a seen mountain of peace. Lo, the holy ritual of initiation would be at the end of the Sabbath service on Mount Shemesh, which service will now be described. The lady spoke, saying, let us begin with a reading from the Holy Megillah. Sister McDonough will read a passage from Matanah. McDonough said, in Matanah we read, when Abraham and Sarah came to this realm to assist the great work of Elohim, the realm was Buhu, a void, and they chanted the great invocation of Elohim, which is, let there be light, and they planted the star seed, which is the seed of our sun. As they watched the seed grow, they said, it now emanates spiritual light into this darkness. It is a good seed. And the birth of the spiritual light was during the first great day of the creation of our world. Then Abraham said to Sarah, now let the spiritual light form a body of light, which will be our temple. Sarah said, yes, I will plant the seed of air. It shall be the bread of life for the body of light. And she planted the seed of air, and the spiritual light emanated a body of fire. Abraham and Sarah said, it is a good seed, and that it was the second great day. And that was the second great day of the creation of our world. Then Abraham and Sarah cast into the body of fire the seed of water, so the vapor would come forth from the fire to become clouds, for they knew they would make worlds that would need water. And vapors came forth and formed primal clouds. They said, it is a good seed, and that was the third great day of the creation of our world. After the reading by McDonough, Miriam played the harp given to her by Nebiah, the harp made by Zamira. That's Miriam's father, Zamira. The disciples joined voices and sang with Miriam. Then lo, birdsong drummed on a goatskin drum, the skin being from a beloved goat that died naturally. As birdsong drummed, the disciples sang, danced, and chanted holy enchantments. After the chanting of the words of the opening, Miriam preached the sermon of air, sun, and water, a bit of which now follows. Miriam said, this morning upon arising, we greeted the angel of water. Yea, with our first sip of water in the morning, we commune with water, and we call that communion first sip. That is a good time to say a prayer of thanksgiving for holy water, the child of air and sun. Before every drink of water throughout the day and night, it is good to be in communion with holy water. This can be as simple as a brief inner awareness of the majesty of water, of its significance in creation and our bodies. It can be as simple as a deep feeling of appreciation as we raise water to our lips, a communion of deep appreciation with or without words. For lo, whatever we appreciate, we advance. Wherefore I say, appreciate in wisdom. Let us appreciate and thus advance the forces of the roots and branches of the tree of life. That which harms the roots of the tree of life harms all who dance joyfully in this garden. That which advances the roots of the tree of life help all who dance joyfully in this garden. This morning I speak of three of these root forces, water, sun, and air. Of the two root triads, this one comes first. For lo, these are the forces of the first 3 days of creation, as revealed in Matanah. Soil comes on the 4th day, wherefore the triad of soil, life, and joy follows the triad of water, sun, and air. Behold, Miriam took her staff and drew a circle in the dirt. Within the circle she drew the tree of life with 7 branches and 7 roots. She pointed to one of the 4 primary triads, that of the root of water, sun, and air, and she said, as revealed in Matanah, at the beginning of this chain of 7 heavens, Abraham and Sarah, who served as the overseers of sun and air in obedience to the will of Elohim, set in motion the 7 days of creation, which were 7 grand cycles. The son of Abraham and Sarah, the holy prince Isaac of the 7th heaven, became for our sake the angel of water for the tree of life. That is fitting, for water is the child of air and sun, as revealed in Matanah. Yea, it is the forces overseen by Abraham Sarah and Isaac, the forces of air, the forces of sun, air, and water that create the conditions for the coming of the force of Adamah, soil, from which springs forth natural life. Behold, a life form experiences joy to that degree that it is in harmony with the roots and branches of the tree of life. Lo, the communion with water at first sip in the morning keeps water in our consciousness throughout the day. This advances the likelihood that we will act respectfully towards water throughout the day, not polluting the natural waters of our world and body. All right, it's already 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop it there, guys. But this is good. This is still the same. I'm telling you, this chapter 30 has like almost 2,000 verses. I think it has a little more than 2,000 verses, if I'm not mistaken, but it's all Miriam. It's all about her sermons and her teaching. So I'm going to get some more up here. All right. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Okay. Do something good today. Random acts, kindness. It'll bank the karma that we need. And then the goodness will come back to us when we really need it. All right. Thanks.